So I had been interested in ethical fashion for a little bit before then, but this was my opportunity to show that I actually knew something about this topic and could write about it and create content around sustainable and ethical fashion. And it was an incredible experience. I learned so much about ethical fashion, and I really continued from there, developing brand guides, digging deeper into interviewing brand founders, and also talking about some of the issues surrounding ethical fashion, such as the affordability, some of the greenwashing, and things like that. And so I've really just been expanding it as I see fit from there. I think there are quite a few issues that we'll need to address in the ethical and sustainable fashion worlds. One that I've seen come up pretty recently is the lack of diversity and conversation around accessibility. So it's no secret that sustainable fashion is a bit more expensive, if you buy it new, and shopping secondhand maybe isn't always an option for people who, maybe work 3 jobs and are just, they're worried about, making their bills every month. They're not worried about sustainable fashion. And so how can we make this not a conversation just for the privileged, and how can we inform and engage everybody into this important conversation? So that's definitely an issue that I think needs to be addressed. With bigger companies coming to the scene, another issue that we have to be conscious of is greenwashing. Like H&M having their conscious collection and all this stuff. And okay, yeah, that's a great effort, but you can't be fooling people into thinking that buying fast fashion is sustainable. Yes, I think it's important for big companies to make improvements, because even a little improvement that they make has huge implications since they have such high production levels and so many, millions of people buy their stuff. I think little improvements are important, but don't go and say that you're like sustainable. Say we're working on it, but there's problems still there, and I think that's an important distinction to make to avoid this like greenwashing territory that we're getting into a bit. I have been seeing magazines like Elle UK just did an entire sustainable fashion issue in September. And September is like the biggest issue of the year, and they chose to do it all in sustainable fashion. And I've been seeing like InStyle do a few pieces, and major outlets like Women's Wear Daily and Fashionista. I think that they need to do basic education probably for their audience, a brief overview of the impacts of fashion, the carbon footprint, the water usage. But honestly, I think that their audiences really would resonate most to proving that sustainable fashion can be cool. Seeing Meghan Markle come out wearing ethical fashion, or Karlie Kloss and Taylor Swift wearing Reformation, a sustainable brand from LA. I think that really is what will turn the tables a little bit more, because at this point probably a lot of us are aware of the fact that sustainable fashion may exist, but we might think, oh, it's just like, ugly brown sacks of, clothing. So I think it's really, really important for mainstream outlets to prove that sustainable fashion can be stylish and fun and cool and accessible to everybody.